Okay, so this is a Samsung Omnia given to us or bought for T-Mobile by T-Mobile. This is basically the main menu screen that you would get. This is the Today page. So let me just show you. This is the select menu. This is kind of the standard grid view that you get with the T-Mobile Samsung Omnia device. Not too bad. If I'm totally honest, when I first got this device, I wanted to put it in the bin because it's not very, out of the box, it's not very touch sensitive, which is a real pain in the butt. However, Sean recommended I get SPB menu, and you can see it down here. And SPB menu is, go to the home page. It brings touch to this device like you wouldn't believe. So let me just start something first. Click on T-Mobile up here. I get the different options, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and phone. Go back. If I click on the speaker icon, I get profiles, which is really cool. Trying to find profiles on the device itself is actually quite a challenge. So it's quite a nice little menu. Start off with mail icons, so email, text, phone log, and the little heart is your favourites. Let's just get favourites up. You can customise what you put on here. Basically, when you get it by default, Google Maps isn't on it. So I've installed Google Maps, which is pretty cool, and I've also installed Audio Notes Touch, which will record all of your conversations, which is really quite nice. Just go back. So on the bottom menu, it's the home page. We've also got a calendar. This is programs, so this is quite a nice little menu. So we can click on programs, and just a series of programs that are on the device at the moment. So it's quite a nice little scrolly interface. I actually quite like the grid. The grid is very good for fingers. So let's go back. Go into settings. So while we're in settings, let me motion sensor. So at the moment the motion sensor is on pretty low. So let me just turn it up, and then I'll show you. Should be able to go to switch, and then back this way. In theory. There we go, we've got it back. Let me just show you memory very quickly. So by default I've got quite a bit of memory on board, but if I just go in here in my storage card, I've actually got a 16 gig micro SD card in here, which is amazing to get, and mymemory.com, and it actually works really well. It's actually quite fast. Let's just go back. So what else I want to show you about this device? Without SPB menu, it's really quite hard to get to use, and the user interface is not as touch as you would hope, especially if it's for the iPhone. This is another little icon. This is the weather for today. Click on that. Gives you forecast. That's really quite nice. What else would I like to show you? Okay, yes. Add or remove programs. Settings. So if I just... Actually, while we're here, finger mouse. You probably can't see it very well, but down here is like a little four-way job pad. So you're up, down, left, right, and in the middle is a button. With the mouse, it just changed that to a mouse pointer, and I've tried it, and that's really not very nice at all. So let's just go to remove programs. This is interesting. I've only got 3 programs in here. I've got the SPB shell, I've got audio notes, and I've got Google Maps. So what's the problem you're saying? So here's the problem. So let me just go back here. I just want to go here. We go to Internet, and we go to Opera. So it's got Opera and Windows Mobile. This is where I find it's not going to do it. But generally, it will come up and it'll ask you if you want to go online. I just clicked it, so I pretty much want to go online. But this is probably the biggest pain in the butt. So T-Mobile I've added, and it's clicked in the ROM, all of their favourites and bookmarks. If you remove them all, soft reset, they come back. That is horrible. And there's not a lot you can really do about that, apart from get a new ROM. What else would I like to show you? Multimedia apps. There's touch player, that's not too bad. The radio, you need to plug in the connector, there's a special little connector in there. Messaging, usual stuff. I've actually got this doing an Axis sync. It's pretty good. The biggest problem I have is battery power. So this device generally lasts a day if I'm lucky. Today I plugged in for a little bit longer because I was using Google Maps this morning for a little bit of navigation. The other thing that's really, really strange is it gets hot. The bottom of the device, you can't really see that, but the battery's underneath. If I could get the lid off. There we go. The battery at the bottom. This is another big bugbear. 16 gig SD. To swap them, you've got to take the battery out, which turns it off, and that's really not very nice. Get rid of that. Okay. And that's really it, actually. It's do I like it? The iPhone's a little bit bigger, but I don't want to go with O2 in the UK, so that's why I've got an Omnia. As a device, yeah, I do like it now, especially with SPV menu. That's made a really, really big difference. And it just makes it nice, because you can just swipe stuff, and, you know, this is swipeable across the bottom. It's just so nice. And it's so iPhone. And yeah, it is. I do like it. There is a touch lock out there as well. I tried it. It didn't work very well. But there's one other thing. I've changed the top button to do OK. Because I was finding a lot of things, and if you want to use it in your hand, it's actually smarter if you can do stuff with your thumb there. And also the bottom, I've changed to get SPV menu to come up. And that's quite good. The camera, yeah, the camera's pretty good. 5 megapixel. Seems to work quite well, especially at night. The flash works quite well. The other really cool thing is if I go back, I go in there, and that. We've got flashlight. Flashlight just turns the flashlight on at the back. That's quite useful. Honest, sometimes do use it. And that's probably it. So that is the Samsung Omnia, courtesy of T-Mobile, or working with T-Mobile. And in summary, yeah, it is a nice device. I quite like it. Getting used to it more and more and more. And yeah, I'd recommend it. If you're a Windows Mobile person, then definitely recommend it. And as ever, you have, if I can click on it, not that one, the start menu. So it has all of the usual Windows Mobile gadgets and Office Mobile. And yes, I do like it. Enjoy.